I suppose, Harold Sakata, that the thing people remember you most for is Odd Job, and after that, then the Vicks Formula 44 commercials.
Right.
Do you find that this is the way it works?
What I find not only it works, but I find it's very beautiful. It brings me good life. Meet many people, take me all over the world, and also it gives me happiness. I go to the bank quite often too.
Do you find that people don't want to come up and make fun, with the karate and the judo and the whole thing?
Oh yeah, they do. They recognize me that way, so I am certainly happy to accept that way, the gesture, the meaning. In international traveling particularly, people could not communicate by talking to each other because we are limited in our way of speaking when you go to far distant land in Europe, in Far East, and Middle East, in Africa. The gesture, the movement will symbolize that they recognize you. So for giving me the feeling of recognition, they first either cough or they go to the hat and make the movement of the throwing of the hat. And they says, you? Hmm? I say, yes, it's me. So the story just began there.
Those commercials have some of the most fantastic production on them. They must take a long, long time to make, don't they?
I do not know how long it takes to do on the others, but what I done so far, my time involvement was about 2 days to do one commercial because we had too many breaks away and it takes too many times to assemble it back together. But all in all, after you finished, it was well worth it.
Well, especially financially, it must have been. But I think my favorite one is the one where at the very end, the lamppost or street or telephone pole or whatever that pole is, it's out in the street and it just goes over. You don't remember that one?
I do remember that.
I think that's my favorite one.
That particular one took me about 4 days, so I could not forget that. And I also looked into my hands, and it was rather swollen because many of these are breakaway. But let me tell you, it is not quite accurately when the sound effect people mark it and says, here, this is the spot, hit it hard and it breaks. It do not break accordingly. So therefore, I have to use force behind that, and I got to let it go because it's a very funny, embarrassing position when you strike something and it doesn't break. So I have to have some little force behind.
I'm not going to ask you to strike the table. I'm not going to put you through that. Anyway, I wanted to talk with you about this acting role you have in this new series, Sarge, that stars George Kennedy.
Yes.
Now, what kind of a role is it that you play?
What kind of role I play? I will fit into this gentleman called Kenji Takechi. Kenji Takechi is a man from the Far East. He was a second-best smuggler on Macau, Hong Kong run. And Sarge, George Kennedy, he was a first mate on Merchant Marine. They became very, very good friends. How they became friends, I don't know. One from the Far East and one from the Western world. Both are tough, rough, strong men. Mutually, they became friendly. So one day, I do not know, and I think it's the best thing ever happened to Takechi. Sarge took Takechi back to the United States, and Sarge became a police detective in the San Diego police force until the day his wife was killed, was bombed in the car by one of the mobsters, and then he became very irritated and he didn't care to come back to the force anymore, which he once started to become a priest, and he gone back, studied, and he was accepted, and after many years of study, he became a priest.
Yes, I wonder if you call him Father Sarge.
I call him Sarge all the time.
Yes.
I do call. Takechi call him Sarge because the humorous thing among the two is very close. You see, Takechi do a lot of cooking for Sarge because Takechi happened to be a very good cook and know many Oriental recipes from the Far East, and it was handed down through generation. to the parents, you see.
Harold, you know, I heard the rumor, though, around the studio that when you were up for the part, the producer said, who's going to say no to him? You know, one chop and it's all over.
It's a beautiful feeling when they said that, isn't it? I cannot ask for anything better than that.
That's all right. You just hang in there. Harold, thanks so much for talking
Thank
with
you
us today.
very
We
much.
really enjoyed it.
I do enjoy too.